Coming up right now on Al Sports Update. I'm Christian Reilly. Coming up on Temple Update, Al Sports Update is live, and it starts right now. The early tip-off certainly didn't affect the Owls, as they were aided by a large crowd of over 20 local Philadelphia schools that were in attendance. This Mississippi State Bulldogs team has been playing a lot better the last couple of weeks. Dak Prescott is a different quarterback this year in terms of throwing the ball down the field. He's going to bring a nasty style, a passionate style, an aggressive style. I expect Fletcher Cox to absolutely flourish in that system. I'm here at the Constitution Yards Beer Garden on the Wilmington Riverfront that will remain open. That's right. Delaware Alcoholic Beverage Commissioner John Cordray recently granted the beer garden's request for a 2-year license after undergoing a temporary license for weeks. It's senior night here at the Leacourt Center as the Temple men's basketball team looks to send their 4 seniors off with the win on their final game on North Broad. You didn't even want to play, and you're here playing at the top, one of the top programs in the country. So, I mean, what does that feel like? Was it right after your playing days that you decided you wanted to be a head coach, or did you already figure during your playing days that someday you wanted to be a coach?
Well, I knew I wanted to be a coach.
Before we went to commercial break, you were talking about those community service events from your student athletes. Could you just talk more about some of the things that they do specifically, maybe in the community or in the city here of Philadelphia?
We've done a number of things throughout the years.
I'm here on Chodol Field where the Temple football team is looking to build on their 10-win season in 2016. Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Temple Athletics. I'm your host, Christian Reilly, and we are here to give you an inside look at Temple's Division I athletics programs. I'm here at Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Church for tonight's 4th installment of the Wilmington Mayoral Debate, sponsored by the News Journal Channel 12 WHYY. Former City Councilman Kevin Kelly leads in a crowded field of candidates in the latest poll. The Democratic primary will be held on September 13th. For more information on tonight's debate, go to DelawareOnline.com. Reporting for WHYY, I'm Christian Reilly. With the expectation that the size of future graduating classes will continue to increase at Temple, the campus could be impacted as well. As a result, many more additions could certainly be in the works. What did you say to your team after that first period and into halftime about what they needed to do to come out with the win today?
When freshman guard Trey Lowe went down with season-ending injuries he sustained in a car accident, the Owls lost an important player off the bench. Lowe was averaging 5 points and 12 minutes per game. But more importantly, they lost his presence. Temporary, of course, but for the rest of the season, the Owls are playing each game with a missing piece.
You know, we're so much with him. He's our brother, and he's not able to be with us, but in physically, but he's certainly there in spirit. They're all talking about him.
Obviously, it's terrible, you know, what happened with Trey, and we definitely feel for him and you know, praying for him and supporting him and everything like that. Definitely hard to prepare without him, but it gives our team extra motivation to try to win the tournament for him.
Fellow freshman Levon Sean Alston Jr. is perhaps closest to Lowe. He is the bridge that connects Lowe, his family, and the team.
Yeah, I talk to his mom about 3 or 4 times a day, just checking in on him, see how he's doing. You know, he starts rehab today.
The good news, according to Levon, is that Lowe is expected to make a full recovery.
You know, everything's going well right now. He's starting to walk now and things like that, so everything's good.
Although Lowe's talent will definitely be missed, the team has had several players step up in his absence.
Well, Devin Coleman's been a great bench guy right away. Mark Williams gave us some good minutes the other day. Sean Alston has to do his part as well, so we need everybody right now.
Even though he's not on the court, he's still in their hearts. Reporting for Al Sports Update, I'm Christian Reilly.
Once you start to play, you always want to play, and you always want to be, you know, doing something with the ball.
The first time I played it, I couldn't get enough, and I wanted to come back. It's just a fun game.
Pickleball is the fastest growing sport in the nation.
A year ago, when I would talk to people, I was trying to raise money for a club right away, for windscreen and this kind of thing. People didn't know what pickleball was. Now everyone knows what pickleball is.
The game's biggest fans? Folks over 50.
I'm 84 years old, soon to be 85 in September. I started playing when I was almost 80.
77.
When I was 70, I went out to a volleyball tournament in Huntsman at Utah, and they were introducing pickleball. And so I gave it a try.
Georgia is among many players that are hooked on this high-energy game that borrows from tennis, badminton, and ping pong. But despite its addictiveness, one question still remains. Where did it come from?
Was originally discovered or found in 1965 by Senator Joel Pritchard of Washington State. And he came home after playing some golf with a friend of his, and the kids and the wives and other family members were looking for something to do. So he went into the garage, pulled out what he thought was going to be like badminton, and he couldn't find enough brackets for that. He couldn't find, but he did find ping pong paddles, and he found some wiffle balls. So it started out as just a fun, let's do something together as a family, and in the last 50 years, it's grown exponentially.
The First 8 Pickleball Club is proof of how popular this game has become. If the sun is shining, you'll find the courts at the Lewis Canal Park packed with players.
We started just under 2 years ago, and the original force was somewhere in the neighborhood after 6 months of 60 people. Today, we're over 300 people, and that just tells you the growth.
The explosion of the game in Lewis is in thanks to volunteer efforts by many devoted players.
The pioneers are people like Butch Martin, Cheryl Martin, Georgia Bilger, June Fortney, Susan Brooker, and many people that are over in Maryland, Ocean Pines people, that were the early pioneers of getting pickleball into this state. And they went to many, many venues to ask if we could start playing pickleball there, and they were turned down repeatedly.
Their persistency paid off, and Lewis has embraced the game, and now it's helping its residents stay active.
We play, about 3-4 times a week typically, and have shown some dramatic results in terms of the numbers, health-wise.
The stories about how playing pickleball has affected a player's health are even more astounding.
I was diabetes type 2, as a matter of fact, and I'm not taking the medication at all now.
I had open heart surgery. I had a quadruple bypass. And when I went into the hospital, they said I had to be the healthiest person in the hospital, aside from the blocked arteries, because I was so physically active with pickleball. And because I was, the blood found other routes to go to the heart, so I didn't have a heart attack, fortunately. Yeah. And I had a quick recovery.
The other bonus? The rapid footwork helps keep the pounds down.
About a year and a half ago, I weighed 270 pounds. Now I'm down to 135.
Learning how to play pickleball is pretty simple for both athletic and non-athletic types.
Well, the very first thing is I try to understand what sport they might have played. If they played baseball, I'll try to relate to that, and then through that, communicate to you what the difference is. 2 hours, I'll have you able to play the game. And in 3 hours, you'll be competing with other people.
Whether it's having sing-alongs on a 12-hour bus ride with teammates or winning a program record number of tournaments, Matthews has made an impact on Temple's program that won't soon be forgotten. Matthews has been a program-changing player for the Owls. Since his arrival in the fall of 2012, Matthews has led the team in scoring average in each of his 4 years.
I grew up very competitive, whatever I played, and I always wanted to try to be the best. And if there was someone out there that was better than me, I was going to work double as hard as them to be better than them.
Matthews has been awarded some hefty accolades over the years, including a share of Student Athlete of the Year at Temple, not to mention the first Owl golfer to be named All-American since 1988.
Well, I mean, when you're an All-American, I mean, that's it. I mean, you're one of the best players in the country. So that's an amazing achievement.
He's dominated not just like our conference, our local. He's dominated like the entire NCAA golf. He's won 9 tournaments here, 8 tournaments here. That's unheard of. No.
With 8 career invitational wins, Brandon Matthews has cemented himself as one of the best golfers in Temple history. His illustrious career has also helped in his pursuit of playing professional golf.
I'm going to stay amateur for the summer, and then I'm going to go professional for Q school in October. So That's the plan as of right now. I can't see the future, so I can't tell exactly what that's going to be. But, hopefully it's got a green jacket in it and, a bunch of trophies.